everybody. Welcome back to another solo episode of Price to Sell podcast. This one is the one that is closing out 2023. And I'm here with my espresso. It's really good, by the way. And I want to get into 4 lessons that I've learned this year that have really impacted the way I operate in life, business, in my relationships, and all the above. And I'm going to leverage 4 lessons from 4 really well-known individuals and successful entrepreneurs, business owners that you're probably very familiar with as well, authors. And I want to leverage some of the things that they've said that have impacted me directly in hopes that maybe this can resonate with you. And I think the timing is perfect right now in lieu of the new year coming. Today is Boxing Day, actually. I'm recording this. We'll be releasing this probably right in next Tuesday. So it'll actually be the new year. So this will be the first podcast of the year you'll be hearing. And I'm hoping that this can resonate with you guys and spring some motivation for you for the first week of January. So I'm taking some powerful lessons today from trailblazers like Elon Musk, Joe DePenza, Alex Hormozi, and EckhartTolleand. And the reason I chose these 4 individuals is because they have personally impacted me this year, and some of you might really be able to relate to the lessons that I've learned and how this will impact how I carry myself moving forward into 2024. So starting with Mr. Elon Musk. You all probably know who he is. The creator of Tesla, SpaceX, super smart individual, almost alien, I would say, in terms of how smart he is. But you look at a guy like that, uber successful. This guy's got a net worth of 250 billion plus, okay? More money than anyone knows what to do with, truly. And, you know, this is a man whose success often leaves us in awe, right? But what I want to share is something that he shared on Lex Fridman's podcast, where he gets a little deep and he shares that, you know, and I quote, people have no idea what it's like to be me, and also that his mind is a storm. And he gets into how lonely he is. Sometimes he sleeps on his own when he doesn't have to. And this is an interesting perspective that I want to share with everyone, because jealousy can be a really stupid emotion, right? And I find that a lot of us want to be someone else a lot of the time. We'll be on a platform like Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform that you're on for the most part, and you might see someone who's excelling in maybe the same business you're in, or just living a life that you wish you could be living. And that's going to create some envy. It's going to create some anxiety. And you're going to want to wish that you are that person. But the reason I'm sharing this is because you have a guy that's worth $250 billion, crazy successful, has everything he could ever want, the family, everything, right? And he's sharing that he's still lonely and that you wouldn't want to be in his head. And this is just a profound reminder that success, it's not just about the glamorous exterior, but it's also about navigating the complexities and the responsibilities that come with the growth and the innovation and that sort of fame, right? Like I can share several examples of, like, Robin Williams as an example, Avicii, people who have taken their lives who on paper have had it all, but in reality, they weren't truly happy. So I want everyone to just reflect on that and remember, when you're comparing yourself with someone else, don't create a sense of envy in yourself, or I wish I had that, or just a sense of lack. Don't do it, because even if you really wanted to be, let's use Elon Musk as an example, you would have to be exactly like him, the way he acts, the way he talks, the way he moves, the way he operates, the way he converses, to live the current life he's living, because he is being himself, right? So we have to remember that we are our own individuals, and we need to remember that we have to continue to go about life being our true selves. No one's ever going to be us either, right? And sometimes you don't want all that glitz and glamour like that you may think you want, right? So be happy where you are. Don't compare yourself. Just keep doing things that you want to do and it makes you happy. That's my lesson and my takeaway and my perspective of what I think, based on what Elon said in that podcast. And I think it's good to reflect, especially for those that are consistently in that, paralyzing themselves with looking at how others are doing and wishing they were there. Next individual I want to speak on is my good buddy, Alex Hormozi. He's not my buddy really because I don't really know him personally, but I feel like I know him because he's done a great job at building a brand. And he is an extremely smart individual, carries himself really well, and he's all about just doing the work consistently and getting results. And he's come onto the scene fairly quickly, building a following fairly quickly. If you don't know him, please check him out. He shares a lot of free information with the general public on how he has earned and grown his business and his net worth. I think it's like 300 million right now, from living in his gym floor initially, essentially being homeless and being broke multiple times. And he shares the blueprint, and he's super authentic, and he's just straight to the point. So I think a lot of you should check him out. And I've been following him for a while now and watching a lot of his videos. And it's really helped me implement a lot of new strategies in my business and how I just go about my day-to-day, especially with habits. So I want to share a quote from him on something that he said that resonated with me. I'm hoping it can resonate with you. So Alex says, how to stay poor. Start tomorrow, fail once, quit forever. Blame your circumstances, wait for the perfect conditions, stay busy, accomplish nothing, talk more, do less. Then he says, how not to be poor. Fail once, try again. Expect no one to help you. Make promises, keep them. Become irreplaceable. Do more, talk less. Make mistakes, never repeat them. So in essence, Alex Hormozi's advice encourages a proactive and resilient mindset. It emphasizes taking initiative, being accountable, and learning from your experiences to continually grow and progress towards success. So I like this because, again, start of the year, everyone's going to be in that mindset of new year, new me. If you have the same goals that you had last year and the year before that, if you've had the same goals for multiple years, that should tell you something, right? And if you're not hitting that goal, ask yourself why. Maybe question yourself, question everything that's going on. Maybe it's just too big of a goal. Maybe you gotta break that down a little bit. Maybe you have to reverse engineer it and hit something a little more realistic. Make some progress on the way there. But I really like what he shares here, because this just all around will tell you how to operate as an individual. Make promises, keep them. Have integrity in your life. Walk around, gain people's respect. That's just going to help you in all aspects of your life. You fail once, you try again. Don't just let things like, oh shit, didn't work out. I give up. As hard as it is, happiness is always on the other side of fear. Expect no one to help you guys. You got to do things on your own. It is a dog-eat-dog world out there. Obviously, have good support out there is great. You want your mentors, you want your support systems out there, but don't expect anyone to help you. I think that's a key lesson. Do more, talk less. Just do the doings. Be consistent with it. Don't say, oh, I have this idea, analysis paralysis. Don't do it. Just actually do the task. And make mistakes. Fall down this year. Get hurt. Do it all. Get uncomfortable. This is where you're going to grow. This is where you're going to sprout. This is where you're going to learn things and realize the true direction of where you want to be going, what's going to work and what's not going to work. If you're not doing anything, you're not putting yourself in a position to make mistakes, so you're not going to make mistakes. But make the mistakes, just never repeat them. That's Alex Hormozi. Check him out. The third individual, and this guy has changed my life from a spiritual perspective, would be Dr. Joe DePenza. So I read his book, Becoming Supernatural, this year, recommended by a coach of mine. And, I'm a big believer in mindset, manifestation, and, putting yourself out there and becoming, like, physically honing in on who you want to be as an individual in the future and making that a reality now. But reading this book really dials it down into a science of how to take control of your mindset. And Joe DePenza teaches many lessons, but his lesson on changing your thoughts changes your life resonates deeply with me. As entrepreneurs, mastering the art of mindfulness can enhance focus, decision-making, and overall well-being. So just changing your thoughts can really change your mind. And I pulled a quote from Dr. Joe DePenza, and I'll read it. When you think from your past memories, you can only create past experiences. As all of the knowns in your life cause your brain to think and feel in familiar ways, thus creating knowable outcomes, you continually reaffirm your life as you know it. And since your brain is equal to your environment, then each morning your senses plug into the same reality and initiate the same stream of consciousness. So what he speaks about in his book a lot is that we're living unconsciously. We go about our day, wake up, what's the first thing you do? You go pee. Maybe you brush your teeth. Maybe you make a coffee first. Maybe you have that same croissant that you have every morning. And then you take a shower, you put on your clothes, you get in the car, and you're at work. You probably don't know how you got to work, but you're just in such a pattern subconsciously because your brain is programmed that way to get to work every morning that you're truly living unconsciously, right? And what he teaches is to take control of that back. Like, what are the true emotions you want to feel as your future self? Like, who is the true future self? Help put together a mind movie for yourself on what you want your future to look like. And you step into that reality now. So you do that through meditation. And there's a lot of Joe Dispenza meditations on YouTube. But this is something I practice every morning where I visualize a very similar visualization for the most part of how I want my future to look. Pretty detailed, but it doesn't have to be that detailed. Essentially, it's just like what feels good for you. And you want to bring in those emotions now. So if that future you're walking into that dream home of yours, you have your family, you have this person around you, it's this environment. Like, what are the emotions you're feeling in that moment? Are you empowered? Are you all-knowing? Are you full of love? Are you full of gratitude? Are you abundant? Like, you want to hone in those feelings now and carry that around with you throughout your day. And that's how you start to attract that future outcome into your life. And, you can go deep with Joe Dispenza. He heals, there's as far as him healing people, manifesting your true goals, all these things, really practicing a lot of things that he preaches is really helpful. And again, to take control of your mind can really change your life. And I've learned a lot this year on that. And when you stop living so unconsciously, you start to become more aware and more in the present moment, which I'll get into next. But when you're going about your day and maybe you're not so much in that pattern or program, you start to realize things that might nudge you a little bit, like, oh, like this opportunity just came my way that I actually noticed, or this person came to say hi to me, and instead of me just like kind of brushing them off, let me have a conversation with them because that might open up a door that can align with that future vision. So you start to go about life a little bit differently and conduct yourself a little bit differently, and it's really cool, actually. It's like a game, and once you can start to tap into that, more and more and more opportunities open up. So if you guys are already on this vibe, great. There's always more to learn. If you haven't read Becoming Supernatural and you resonate with this portion I'm talking about right now, read it. It's awesome. And Joe Dispenza's work is also awesome. But I'm going to be taking a lot of this with me into the new year. And last but not least, Mr. Eckhart Tolle, author of The Power of Now. And I have a coach. Her name is Patricia. And she has been teaching me a lot about just being present. It's super simple teachings, but it's really powerful. And she has me reading The Power of Now right now. And with Eckhart Tolle, he's a wisdom teacher, and he encourages us to embrace the power of the presence, especially in the entrepreneurial hustle. Being fully present fosters clarity and resilience. And as Tolle wisely states, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Something my coach has me doing, and we all suffer from this. If you say you don't, you're lying. We go about our day and we're just constantly thinking about the future, the past. What happened here? What happened there? Someone shoots you a text and you're like, oh shit, you get dragged into like that past moment or like that future opportunity. And we fail to like literally just be like still. And it can be challenging because this kind of ties into what I just mentioned about the Joe Dispenza thing. If we're consistently operating in just that program of past and these things happened to me and these things happened to me and I'm like this because of this and this, or, I would just want my future to look like this. My future has to look like this. Like you're not living now, you're not here anymore. You're there. And the power of being present, it's nice. Like I'm starting to do a lot more walking, and I'll just take a break throughout my day. And the old me would be laughing at this me. Be like, oh, you're crazy. What the hell's wrong with you? Because the old me was that guy that was unpresent all the time. I need to do a deal. Where's my next deal coming from? Why am I not getting showings? Why is this not happening? Where's my next lead coming from? Why is this person not answering me and within 5 minutes? Like all these things, I'm not present. I'm just consistently worrying, and that creates emotions, and your energy's off, and all these things it's a whole slippery slope. So what I do now is I'll go for walks, and I'll just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'll just enjoy nature when I can. Obviously, it's cold now, so do my best. Or I'll just sit in my condo, and I'll sit on the couch, and she has me doing 5 minutes of stillness. So I just put everything away, and I just sit there. I don't think. I just sit. I just exist. And it's interesting because I come back super refreshed. And the more I do that, the more I'm consistently, throughout my day, I just remind myself, like, if I'm taking a shower, I'm actually showering. And here I am putting on my soap now. Like, I'm not, usually in the shower, your thoughts are going a million miles an hour. And it's good because sometimes I get creative in there, but I've noticed I'm picking up these habits, and I'm at peace. I'm just a lot more at peace. Like when I went to Mexico and Tulum, I noticed over there I just let go and I just enjoyed the present, although I had a lot of listings and deals on the go. By doing that, guess what happened? The deals just ended up happening effortlessly. Like there's no attachment. I wasn't attached to everything. I wasn't like really trying to make things happen, although they weren't. I was letting everything be. I was enjoying my time. My energy was good. I was at peace. My nervous system was calm. I was happy. I was excited. And then calls started coming in. Hey, Matt, I have an offer for your property. Showings start coming in. So I don't know how else to explain it, but I mean, I've been doing this so consistently now in my life that every time I'm in those states, good things happen versus when I'm like stressed the hell out. I notice that shit just doesn't work out. And the more I force it, just like gets repelled further and further. So I want to share a quote from him now. This is from The Power of Now, from Eckhart Tolle. Any action is often better than no action, especially if you have been stuck in an unhappy situation for a long time. If it is a mistake, at least you learn something, in which case it's no longer a mistake. If you remain stuck, you learn nothing. I love that. If it is a mistake, at least you learn something, in which case it is no longer a mistake. If you remain stuck, you learn nothing. So just like what Alex Hormozi said, and I'll pull that up again too. He said, make mistakes, never repeat them. And in Eckhart Tolle's wise words, he shares, if you make a mistake, at least you learn something, in which case it's no longer a mistake. But if you remain stuck, you learn nothing. So that's where it's up to you guys if you want to continue to live that unconscious pattern of like same mistake. These are consistent tests being thrown at you that you have to pass. And if you are not learning from those mistakes, you're failing miserably. Versus the awareness of, okay, made a mistake. Let's it's okay. Why did this happen? How can I be better next time? So that's pretty much it. I mean, there you have it. Lessons from the minds of Elon Musk, Alex Hormozi, Joe Dispenza, Eckhart Tolle. And as we step into this new year, let's not just admire successes from afar, but appreciate the journey, embracing unconventional strategies, mastering mindfulness, and turning challenges into catalysts for growth. So again, if you guys ever want to reach out and chat, if you go on my Instagram at Matt Campoli, I have a link tree there, or a Hoovy link, sorry. And in there you can book a call with me. If you want to just chat on the phone, shoot me a DM. Always here to chat. If you guys resonate with this podcast, please like it, share it with a friend who you think might enjoy this as well. And please subscribe as well. And Happy New Year to you all. Really excited for this year, really pumped. Hope to meet a lot more of you. If you see me on the streets, you see me anywhere, come say hi. I'd love to meet the people that support this podcast. And we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.